Hey everybody, it's Dan with Pain for You. We had a little dusting of snow here last night or early this morning, and shooting a video fairly early this morning. Had to get up early because I've got crazy 4 calls scheduled today, coaching calls, and I also, in the meanwhile, will be still running my day job business of selling stuff over the internet and handling calls and customer support with that kind of stuff. So a busy day, and anyway, wanted to shoot this video. Somebody just sent me a message last night saying, you know, if you haven't covered it yet, see if you can talk about it. And the topic is loneliness, right? And she even suggested that she's married and has kids, but yet she feels so incredibly lonely. And if I were to venture a guess, I would probably say that the reason she feels lonely is not that there's no people around her. It's just that she may not feel understood. That perhaps her husband and her kids just don't get it. They don't understand. And so because she doesn't feel understood, there's probably a certain amount of shame or feelings of guilt. I know I had lots of guilt when I was struggling with my battle. Lots of years of pain. Lots of things I couldn't do or chose not to do for fear of hurting myself, right? Quote unquote. And so it can feel very alone, especially when your spouse looks at you like, oh, just deal with it. You know, there's nothing more infuriating than when somebody you love just says, just deal with it. I will say that most likely they don't understand because they haven't experienced it themselves, and they don't know how to help you. So in their frustration, they look at you and go, it can't be that bad. Just deal with it. Suck it up. We got to go. Let's go. Or just deal with it. And so when you encounter those types of scenarios, it can be very, it can cause the feeling of loneliness really strongly. And I get it. I understand it. I was there. I had a wife and a kid. And I felt very alone because she didn't get it. She didn't understand. She thought I was nuts half the time talking about this Dr. Sarno guy. She just really didn't understand. Go to the doctor. Get some medicine. What's wrong with you? And I was very firm in my decision not to go down that route. I did do the medical route for a while, but not nearly as significant an entry into that medicalization that I talk about. I resisted that, and as a result, I think I fared better than some because I didn't have quite as many doctors telling me what was wrong with me. But I did have a wife that looked at me and said, I don't get it. You know, deal with it. Go to the doctor. Take a pill. Take a pain pill. What's wrong with you? Why won't you do that? And so it can definitely cause us to feel very alone. What I will suggest to you is that you're absolutely not alone. In this community here, the Pain for You community, both on YouTube and Facebook, is proof that you're not alone. How do I know that? Because in March of last year, I started up the Pain for You page. And then in August 1st, I started up the Pain for You group. So August, September, October, November, December, about 5 months or so, we've accumulated close to 1,200 members in the Pain for You private group. Over 1,400 and some odd people following the page. Over 800 people on YouTube. And, you know, that's a couple of thousand people right there that are just like you, that are in the same exact boat as you. So you are not alone. Get engaged with the community. Come into the Pain for You group. See what these topics are all about. Comment on them. Discuss with other people. If somebody, you know, shares a success, don't get mad. How come I'm not getting there? Poor me. No, engage with them. Hey, what worked for you? What was the one thing that really brought you closer to getting better? What was the one thing that was like the tipping point for you? Right? There is a buddy post in the Pain For You private group where you can buddy up with people. If you see somebody who's mentioned some symptoms or experience that's similar to yours, reach out to them. Send them a private message. Engage with other people. You are not alone. You don't have to do this by yourself. And even just knowing that you're not alone, knowing that I'm here for you, that another couple thousand people just in my community alone are here for you. There are several other TMS communities on Facebook. Nicole Sachs has like 3,700 people in her group. The TMS, the Mind Body Prescription group, has 2,800 or so. There's some really, really cool, good, nice people out there. Yes, many of them are struggling, but you're not alone. Connection with others is really important. So if the folks around you, your family, your husband, your wife, your kids, your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, if they don't get it and are somewhat dismissive of just how bad this can be, and trust me, I know how bad it can be, reach out to those folks in these communities and start to make some connections. And if you do have a sympathetic friend, call them once in a while. But my suggestion is, don't call up these friends just to talk about yourself and your pain and how bad it is, right? Because talking about our pain over and over and over again never really made the pain go away or made us feel better. But what can make us feel better is engaging with somebody else, connecting with another person, and laughing. And getting outside of our head for a while, getting outside of our pain or our symptoms for a while, and just enjoying some company. Go have a cup of coffee with a friend. Go have dinner with a friend. Get on a FaceTime or a Skype call, a video call with somebody. Make funny faces at each other. I don't know. But there are ways of connecting with other people. And the feeling of being alone is absolutely real. But sometimes we choose it. We withdraw from life because we have decided that they don't understand me, so I'm not going to deal with them. And we kind of we pull back and we avoid interacting with others for fear that they might judge us. And when we avoid others, it's no wonder we're feeling very alone. And this is not me putting any blame for that feeling of being alone. I'm not blaming you for that. I'm just suggesting that if you have been avoiding contact with other people because you fear the social consequences of being in pain around them, and then you're sitting home by yourself because you chose not to go to a party, and yet you're feeling lonely, you'll need to look at the next opportunity and make a choice. Would I rather go out and engage with people, even though I'm hurting and might need a hand to get up off the couch, and still try to have the best time you can? Or would you prefer, and in some cases it's absolutely a preferred place to be, would you prefer to be in the safety of your own home? So loneliness, it's real. And I get it. I felt alone a lot in my marriage with my kid. And they'd be outside doing stuff, playing. I'd be inside laying on the couch, right? So I get it. As far as suggestions go, choose to make connections. Choose to engage with your spouse on something other than your pain. And if they're constantly saying, how you doing, you okay, can I do anything for you? You know, sometimes I had to coach those around me and say, look, stop asking me about the pain. I'd rather not talk about it. If I need some help, I'll let you know. But until then, let's just act like things are normal. Even if you see me struggling a little bit, let's not go there. I'd rather not make believe that I'm okay, but actually decide to live my life as if I'm okay and get out of my head and get out of my suffering. And if you are feeling alone, reach out and make some contact with the outside world. If you don't have anybody close in proximity to you, reach out through the internet, through these Facebook groups, my Facebook group. Look for the buddy post on my Facebook group, Pain for You, and reach out to somebody. There's dozens of people that have said, I'm interested in a buddy, I'm interested in a buddy. I don't know if a lot of people have connected. I know there's at least one or two people that have connected, and they're developing a friendship. And so these things matter. I can also say that some of the folks that I've worked with and helped and spoken to, I've absolutely developed a friendship with. So there's absolutely that as well. So you're not alone. You may feel alone, but you're not alone. We're here for you. Reach out to me, to the others in the group, and reach out to others in your life. Don't avoid social interactions because of the fear of the awkwardness of you being in pain while you're with others. I know some of us can't get out of the house, and we're bedbound. And my suggestion for you is be patient, but use this thing called the internet and reach out to others that way. And I don't know if I'm doing this topic justice, but just understand that you're not alone. We're here for you. I'm here for you. And connect with others as much as possible, because the more you do that, and don't make that connection 100% about your pain. Even if you connect with others through my group, talk about life, talk about kids, grandkids, parents, what's going on. Talk about the emotional stuff if you need to. But don't make it just be a bitch session about everything that's wrong. Look for some of the positives. Tell some funny stories. You know, what was the best thing that happened to you today? What was the funniest thing that happened to you today? It's a good way to shift perspective. Anyway, loneliness, I get it, but you're not completely alone. It may feel that way, but there's 7.2 billion people on this planet, and it is amazing how it is so easy to feel like we're alone. Take some proactive steps, reach out to some other people, step outside of your comfort zone a little bit, and you'll find that the more you do that, the less alone you feel. Anyway, hope I did this topic justice, and we'll see you guys and gals in the next video. So long. One more pan around at the little bit of snow. Oh, it was cool. Just before I came out, a nice red fox went walking through the backyard here, probably about 30 feet from where I'm standing right now. My cat inside was looking out the window like, oh, look at that, look at that. And then as the fox went around, the cat ran over to the other window and watched him walk away. So that's one of the reasons my cat is an indoor cat, because I don't think he'd fare too well against a fox. Anyway, love you guys and gals, and we will talk to you in the next video. See ya.